you need to know what you're actually doing when you're here. And when you do that, you can use it to your advantage.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today I'm here with my partner Jörg. How are you doing?
How's it going, Raoul? Very good. Thank you so much for having me.
Good to have you. Today we want to talk about the opportunity card, and we have received many questions about it, and I think we should talk about it today.
Lots of questions.
So, Jörg, maybe you give us a rough overview. What is the opportunity card first? Very shortly, please.
The opportunity card is a new type of visa that the German government has issued to attract more foreign talent. You can come to Germany and look for a job on the ground, and it differs from the so-called job seeker visa in a nutshell that you get it for longer and you can start working while you have it and you're here.
Up to 20 hours, so that is very different. Cool. And what does it take to get an opportunity card? Who's eligible actually to receive one?
So you need to apply online and check your score, and there is a certain score that you need to have in order to get the opportunity card, to be eligible, and they will rate you based on certain skills, your degree, whether or not you have German skills. You are going to find that pretty transparently actually when you're checking at the consulate general's or the embassy's website in your location. Either way, it's not too hard to reach the score, but we're now going to talk about what it actually means to have it and or to use it.
Exactly, and it's important for you to know as an IT developer, you will get, if you especially have also university degree and certain years of experience, you will get these relevant points. So it's a point system. In order to apply for it, you should check it out. And then what? Then you receive it, and what should someone do if they have it?
That's exactly the question, and that is also the question that we get so often. Should I go for an opportunity card because it may raise my chances?
Does it?
Exactly, and that is the good question. It is important to really distinguish that there's a difference between having the opportunity card and using it. So when people are in the strategy call with me, for example, in our program, I always ask them, so you already have the opportunity card and you already had the appointment. Are you also willing to use it? It's like kind of having a gun, and are you also willing to use it? The question behind that needs to be answered strategically, because just having it is not going to significantly raise your chances. Coming here, using it, being in Germany may, and I would even say will. And this is what we're currently doing with people in the program. I mean, you've also onboarded people now that have already had their appointments and they're coming to Germany, they're planning on coming. Yeah. And the idea behind this is, of course, there is a strategic decision behind this. Strategically speaking, what are the ups and the downs? What are the pros and the cons?
Exactly. Let us jump a little bit more into the strategic point of using the opportunity card. What do you mean by that strategically?
You need to, and I would say there is two cons and two pros. First of all, the two pros that play into this, you need to know what you're actually doing when you're here. And when you do that, you can use it to your advantage because you're here and you can put your location to Germany. Many of you may have already tried that. Many of you may have already seen some people change their CV like that. Of course, it needs to be true. You can't just fake it and say that you're in Germany. But in principle, the pro, you are gonna most likely generate more leads for yourself. You are going to get more invites. It doesn't mean that you're just going to be, getting invites, doing 10 applications, 10 invites. That's not going to be the ratio, but it's going to increase significantly. That's the first pro, I would say. The second pro is you can already start working for the company. I already mentioned that. That's a strategic decision. That is a strategic, let's say, advantage. But you need to, behind all this, know where you're going, what you're going to be doing, hit the ground running when you're here, and don't just, look up in the air and say, okay, somebody is going to maybe invite me for an interview. No, you need to really do this profoundly, diligently, strategically. That means know the companies, know the areas, know the regions, know the market, know the job descriptions, know your strengths, etc., etc.
Exactly, and I don't want to scare you off, but we have experienced that often as well with a job seeker visa back in the days. And if you don't do it strategically, if you just come here and think, okay, jobs will pop up wherever you knock on the door, it will not be the case. Yeah? So we have experienced many who really ended up were about to move back to their home country because they could not use the time efficiently. So you want to strategize your job hunt while you're here, and even better before you come here to Germany.
Exactly, and that's what we mean by don't come unprepared. Let's talk about the two cons, maybe.
Yeah, finish that, please.
First of all, the investment is pretty big. I don't quite remember the exact figure. Is it
But
10K
it's more than,
in your bank account?
Something like that, yeah.
And we've been asked, how do you show that? Do you actually need to show the embassy a bank account statement? I think there is specific financial products that they sell just for that. You want to do your research depending on your home country. And that is a big investment. And that is even why it makes even more sense to do it strategically. If you are doing this, you might as well really go 100% prepared and then really do this profoundly. Now, second, I would say con, you are not going to find a job faster or that much faster. And this is kind of the same as with a job seeker visa. German companies do take their time to hire. It doesn't really matter if you're in Germany or if you are actually German. I would say the average period is 6 to 8 weeks around from the first round until you have your contract in your hands. And this is why also you need to make sure that you are mentally prepared. And that also means, as a con, we're dealing with the rejections and seeing this as a marathon, I would say, is what most of the people are challenged by, especially in certain market areas where there's ups and downs. And that is why we say prepare.
Good. I think that's a very good summary on key facts that you should know if you want to move to Germany with an opportunity card. I think it's also very important, if you are in the process and you are about to get it, then you can also contact us and we start already to work with you in order to strategize your job hunt before you come, as we just talked about. And that is where I also would like to invite you to our strategy call or get to know call first, where Paul will assess your profile and see if we can work with you together. We're looking very much forward to discuss the next steps with you. All the best. Take care.
Bye-bye.